I fly to the barrier and put my hand on it. It is rock solid, like the toughest of walls. How far does it go? I ask myself as I stare far off to my right. The separation between vegetarian and pure white exceeds seemingly infinitely. I turn away from the invisible wall and fly out of the jungle. Heading back to camp as confusion and anger arises within me. Why did Kate keep this from me? What else does she hide? I arrive back at camp and land loudly by the extinguished campfire. It is so hard that I leave deep footprints behind. The impact does send shockwaves up my legs, but I barely registered this. I swiftly march towards Kate's tent as I will not wait until morning. Just as I am a few steps away from her tent, Kate emerges from it and sees me standing there. She holds a lit lantern in her hands. You're back. Was that you causing that noise a few seconds ago? She looks at me as she steps out of the tent. Yes. I grip my pencil harshly. Did you find your idiot? Kate asks. I bristle a little at this comment. I did, yes, but I need to ask you something. Can I wait? Gotta use the bathroom. Kate starts to walk away to the back of her tent. Why didn't you tell me about the barrier? I ask. The barrier? Kate turns back to me. You don't play a fool. You know about it. How can you not? I step towards her, unafraid to keep the venom from my words. So, what if I do know about it? Kate crosses her arms. You don't think that it was wise to tell me that we're trapped here? No, I'm trapped here. You're not. Kate pauses. Anytime you can just wave your little pencil and go somewhere else. You can leave me. To be honest, I don't know why you haven't done it already. You've clearly figured it out, so why don't you just leave like he did? Leave? I I didn't know that you were trapped here. I am. Kate uncrosses her arms. She seems a little less angry. How did that happen, I guess? Kate breathes out. Let me use the bathroom first and I'll tell you. She walks off and heads behind her tent. I walk a little way away to give her space. Light appears in the writer's hand. I write, and a floating ball of luminescence materializes in my hand. She is right. Could just go now. It'd be so easy. A few words and motions, and I have a portal for me. It would be so easy. Stare off into the distance, thinking where the gateway would be and what I would find on the other side. Yeah, even though I was mad with Kate a few moments ago, I don't feel as harshly now. Perhaps she was right to keep this from me. When was the last time she had seen another person? That sort of loneliness can be hard. Someone to survive it. How has she lived here for so long without anyone? I don't know if I could survive it. You gonna keep staring off the distance, or do you want to hear a story? Kay says, drawing me out of my thoughts. Sorry. Walk over to her. Let's take a seat. Kate sits down in her chair by the fire and lays the lantern on the ground. I sit down on a wind stump. She really like the fire again, Kate says. The fire bursts into flames ever in the air, and like that, the campfire is lit once more. Thanks. Kate takes a breath. I never told anyone the story, still to excuse me. Jesus, I could really use a drink, but fuck it, I'll just say this. Kate leans forward in her chair and keeps her eyes away from me. I thought I was alone when I first landed here. Everyone else was dead. Still not sure how I survived. The first few days I spent burning bodies and trying somehow to figure out how to survive. I scavenged the ship and found the gun and some food. It was enough till I figured out how to escape from here. Luckily, the radio was not damaged, and I used that over and over, but no one ever said anything to their side. No words got through. Who knows? Maybe they were hearing but couldn't say anything. Or perhaps it was just words into the void. Kate stops and stares into the fire. Could you do me a favor? Kate asks. What's that? Could you make us a bottle of whiskey and 2 glasses? Very well. I answer as I wonder about the hesitation. 2 glasses and a bottle of whiskey materialize next to the writer. I write in the air. As written, the items appear next to me, and I hand over one of the glasses to Kate. Give me the bottle, please, Kate says, and I give her the bottle. She fills her glass almost halfway with the alcohol and immediately takes a long drink from it. I wait, anxious to hear the rest of the story. Kate stops drinking as her glass is nearly empty. She hands me the bottle and I fill my own drink. However, not as much as Kate did. One night as I was sitting by the plane, Kate stares into the fire and moves her fingers around her glass. I was holding my gun and I thought, it would be so easy. One shot and this would be all over. As I loaded the round, Harry showed up. Kate finishes her drink and fills it up again. First, I didn't know who he was or where he came from, so I pointed the gun at him. But he talked me out, told me that he came in peace. Then he sat by the fire with me and talked to me. Told him how scared I was. He listened to his presence soothed me. Started to think that maybe there was a way out of this. This was not the end of my story. Every few nights he would show up and bring me food, spoke to me. I don't think I would have lived through those first nights without him. He told me his name was Henry and he was another survivor. In time, he would show up during the daytime, help me hunt, show me how to use the rifle properly, hunt, fish, how to survive, all of it. All of these were good days. We had good times in the forest, going on hunts, foraging, and I'll admit, yes, we started to sleep together. Not like there were a lot of options. I would try to get more information out of him, but he always deflect or give me a very basic story. Yeah, I just thought he was being shy. Perhaps he lived in the jungle for so long that he'd forgotten how to speak to people. Soon he started to talk about finding a way out of this place. He said that he knew that there was a sea at the end of the jungle. If we built a raft, we could finally escape this place. It had been years at this point. I agreed, and the two of us started to stockpile goods. Now that I just knew how long the journey would be, it took a while, but I managed to put together enough food. Then we headed off to sea. On the way, I didn't know if Harry was lying or not. I was just glad to be with him. I wanted to be out here, as I'm sure he did too. When we reached the sea, it was large and seemed to extend forever. It was beautiful. We didn't waste much time. We set about building a raft from the trees nearby. The work was tough and difficult, and only a few tools to help us. But we managed to build a raft in a few days. As we finished it, I felt more hope than I had in a long time. Finally, I was getting out of this fucking jungle. In our tent that night, we made love and finally started to open up to me. He told me that he was a writer and told me how his pencil worked. I saw him make flowers appear in his hands, move the very stars above, and create a person. It was astonishing. After all that, Harry told me that he wanted to take me across the water so I could become his muse. I wasn't sure what to believe about him. All those years even silent about his past, and now he was opening up. Kate refills her drink. I was mad at him for keeping this ring, but I loved him. I wanted to escape. Even though that meant becoming his muse, maybe I already was. Kate takes a drink. In the morning, I woke up and he wasn't there. So I left the tent and saw him by the boat. I went over to him as he was staring off in the distance. I asked him what was wrong. He told me that he didn't know what was on the other side, that he couldn't see it, and that he couldn't continue the story. I didn't know what he meant. So he told me that I've always been a character. Nothing more, nothing less. I was pissed and I yelled at him. Then he just vanished, leaving behind on that beach. Kate takes a breath. I burned the raft and left that beach. I came back here, and I've been here ever since. Kate sips her drink. So as you can see, I am trapped in a story with no end, no way of progressing it, and the only way I escape it is by leaving the story. What if I take you across the water? I ask. No, I will not accept his end. I want. Kate finishes her drink. Revenge. But I know that you want answers. You and I both have a quarrel with this writer. Why don't we join forces? Let's hunt him down. I don't even know where to start. Why not start with your pencil? Kate nods my pencil. I need rest first. I rise from the stump, leave my drink behind, and walk away. Very well. But in the morning we take off. Kate yells as I see her filling her glass with my own. Is revenge what I want as well?